Hi everyone. I'm making this YouTube channel because I have something very important to share with everyone. I have been on a spiritual journey now for some years, and I left the church many years ago because I didn't experience God. I wasn't having a supernatural experience of God as I wanted to. I really believe there's a lot more than this, and I wanted to experience it. So I went on my own journey and decided to search for myself, looking through different kinds of religions and things, and reading different types of religious texts and stuff to try and find some kind of similarities or something. And on that path, I went to Buddhism. I did meditation. I learned meditation. I also kind of got myself wrapped up into the New Age kind of thinking, which I'd say isn't a good place to be. And at the time, I didn't like to admit that I was, kind of New Age in any way. If anyone said that, I'd be, no, I'm not New Age. I mean, I knew people that were practicing New Age beliefs, and they really out there. And I didn't believe, I was like that. But I realize now a lot of my beliefs were very New Age. On this path, I was learning different things. I learned about energy healing. And I was having the supernatural experiences that I was looking for. But I later learned that these experiences I was having were very shallow. And there was this constant seeking and searching, and it was this gap that could never be filled. I was never satisfied. And on this journey, I went through a lot of difficulties for some years. When you're following this kind of path that I was on, they teach you all about energy. Everything's energy. There's really no good and evil kind of thing. They say that it's all about the mind, and depending on the state of your mind is the experience you're going to have. And while I do understand that the mind can cause a lot of difficulty if one doesn't know how to manage it well, and if you think about a problem long enough, it can become quite overwhelming. I don't believe that everything is in the mind, because I do feel that I was under spiritual attack a lot of the time, and I tried so many things to help myself in those moments when I was having those kind of dark moments. And when it got really bad, in desperation, I would call out to Jesus Christ, and that would be the only thing to stop it. That would be the only thing to save me in that moment. And Jesus Christ made himself evident over and over again to me on this path from, I'd say, around 2005 up until now, 2018. And I didn't dismiss him totally, but I was going through doubts and things as I was exploring after I left the church and looking through all these different beliefs and things. And then I've learned now in the end, since finding my way back, that I was fortunate because he was really helping me along the way. He was protecting me along the way. He was guiding me. And I became very curious with all these experiences I was having with Jesus Christ, and especially the fact that when I was in a difficult, dark place, calling his name would be the only thing to save me, and that says a lot. So I felt the need to look deeper into this, and I thought, I've got to go back to the church again. Now, when you get onto this path of that kind of new age thinking, you develop a really negative perspective about the church. And look, there are churches and there are churches, and some are doing a great job and others could do a lot better. So I obviously had a bad experience, like a lot of people do, and then you just seem to get these filters, and it gets worse and worse as time goes by, when you break away and you just see it all in the wrong way. So I think for me, I found the right church, which has made a big difference to me now. And what happened is I decided to do an alpha course, which is a great introductory course for new people joining the church. You have questions about God or Jesus Christ and wanting to understand these things better. And I did go in there with a bit of an attitude, and I was thinking to myself, I've got a lot of questions for these people, and yeah, let's see if they can answer them, kind of thing. And I was very surprised. It was a lovely young couple that were doing the course. I loved how open and accepting they were in listening to me about my path and my journey and this crazy little mission I was on, and all the things I did in my seeking, and yeah, all the kind of strange things I got into. They weren't judgmental with me on that, and I like that. So I felt really good in a space that I could be open and sharing, and I was surprised about that, because normally one would think, Christian people can be quite judgmental of you bringing up all these things, Buddhism and all that stuff. But with the Buddhism and the meditation, I've now learned that, there are two different types of meditation. There's a meditation in the Bible, and then there's other meditations. And there's one that's the best way, the more right way, best way, and the other one's not so great for so many reasons. And I've come to learn this now. But I was pleasantly surprised on the Alpha course. I do encourage you to go, and if you go to Alpha course, if you are unsure and you have a lot of questions yourself, and maybe you're going through a similar kind of thing. And as the course progressed, I had a lot of amazing experiences. At the end of the course, I had a really big experience that blew my mind. It was an incredibly deep and powerful personal experience with some information that came out through this couple. For me, the message I had for me from God, which it's quite impossible, seemed quite impossible for them to have known something like that. So I really believed after that. And the supernatural experiences I've had are incredible. And I'll tell you, the supernatural experiences that I was having before, as I said, they seem shallow. So now you can have two different types of supernatural experiences. You can have those from God, which are good, and you can have others which obviously are not of God, and they're not good. They come with a lot of problems. I found the ones that were not of God created almost like a kind of hunger in you. It's a constant hunger. It's almost like a drug addiction. So you'd have this wow moment, this incredible supernatural experience, out of this world experience, but you'd be left hungry for more. And there was still this kind of gap that wasn't filled. You didn't feel satisfied. But when you're having these supernatural experiences from God, they are so fulfilling. And there isn't that kind of addictive hunger feeling all the time. And I feel full. And I feel satisfied. And I don't feel like I'm searching anymore. There's no need to run around searching and seeking. And it's just such a lovely feeling of like, you've just finally come home and you can rest and everything's good. And the peace that I feel, and the joy that I feel, and the bliss that I feel, and the way my life has turned around has been amazing. So as I said, Jesus Christ saved my butt. So to say, many times with some of the difficulties I experienced, he was there for me. And through this experience, and through Alpha and finding the right church, and becoming Christian, I've learned that Jesus Christ is really very, very real. Very, very real. And I have accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior. And we do tend to misunderstand and think, especially people on the New Age kind of path, they think, well, I'm living a good lifestyle where I'm practicing all these good things and trying to develop my inner being and loving others, accepting others, and doing all this good stuff. And it's almost like you think if you can do all these things, then you're going to be acceptable by God, and it's good enough for God, and it's good enough for you. And it really isn't. It's not enough. It's not enough. There's so much more for us that we are unaware of, but we're not truly connecting with God, and it's so important to do that. So I have surrendered my will totally to God and asked Him to guide me according to His will. And there's so many amazing things that have come out of that. And a lot of friends know that I've been very passionate about natural health for many, many years. I've helped a lot of people with this. I'm still very passionate about it, and I love living a healthy lifestyle. For me, I believe this is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and you should not destroy it. And I want to always consume things from nature, things from God that are unadulterated, eating really good natural foods and caring for myself. It's a holistic approach for me, body, mind, and soul. And I think on the body level, I was doing great all the years with the health stuff. On the spiritual soul level, I obviously needed work there. Do I regret anything that's happened on this path that I've been on? No, I don't. There was a lot of difficulty and struggle along the way, but it's just absolutely perfect. And I'm so happy that I went down that path to see it for what it was, and I can come back with the experience and the knowledge and share it with others. And also, it's so great leaving the church, that being unsure and having those doubts and not having experienced God, to go on my own little mission, to experience what I thought was our Creator and His power, which it clearly wasn't. And then coming back and really finding God, and then experiencing God properly for the first time, to see what God is all about, and Jesus Christ is mind-blowing, and nothing else compares. Really, nothing else compares. I can't explain this. But something that took me out of my deepest, darkest moments, besides prayer, was singing. And I absolutely love singing. I've always been in choir from primary school through to high school, and I love singing, and I sing all the time. And when I was in my darkest moments, I'd lock myself in a room and I'd just sing, and it would lift me up when I was feeling down. And that is something that's come up for me now. And I've always wanted to learn an instrument to accompany my singing. Initially, I wanted to learn the piano, but I've ended up learning the guitar, and I absolutely love it. And I'm just documenting this journey with you to share with you. It's made such a huge difference in my life. I feel so blessed. I feel free, and I just feel whole. I can't explain. I feel fabulous. It's so wonderful. And people think that you can make mistakes and lose time in your life, but the truth is that time gets given back to you. You'll be surprised. That time can all be given back to you. I know, because I'm experiencing this. So yeah, I'm going to be posting some videos of me learning the guitar. I've only done like about 5 lessons now, so I'm still a newbie. And a little bit later, when I'm ready, I'm going to share some with me singing and playing the guitar. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please do follow me. And if you're going through something similar as well, and you're feeling a little bit lost, and you want to chat about that and share, please comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I just want to spread God's light and His word. I've learned that God's word brings light. I've been playing some beautiful Christian gospel music in my home, which I never did before. Playing that in the last couple of months, and my home feels incredible. It just feels amazing. It feels so good, and I've been singing this music and playing my guitar, and just, yeah. So that's where I'm at right now, and I look forward to sharing more with you. So please follow me. Bye.